I'm good. I couldn't find my phone.
Let's get these retweets out first. Get some people. I gotta switch the title because I always forget to put the hashtag in there. But anyway, we are here. We are live again. First Flyers game of the week tonight because last night didn't happen. I refuse to say that game happened. It was ugly.
I blame you.
I will take partial responsibility for what happened last night.
Yes.
Did I come on this show yesterday and say that Carter Hart was going to have a shutout? I might have. I may have said that. So yeah, I'll take responsibility. Let's do it. Let's just talk about last night as much as I don't want to.
All right.
Last night was bad. Worst game they played in a very long time.
It was bad. It gave me flashbacks to Stanley Cup against the Islanders. Like, I felt like that's legitimately like how they were playing was like they couldn't even shoot. Like, I don't understand why like Philadelphia Flyers players hold on to the puck for so long and then like do not shoot. And I think it was Bernie Perrant tweeted at one point and he was like, shoot. And I was like,
I did see that.
Yes, Bern. Yes. Because it was literally playoffs flashback.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Last night was bad. There's no other words to describe it. It was a very bad game. They didn't do much right until I would say maybe there was like a brief
5 seconds left.
Even then, I still
and that is when Knack scored.
And that was, I mean, his goal was just the epitome of what happened last night. He didn't get all of it, and it just trickled in.
He got lucky. Yeah.
So last night, very bad, very ugly. Carter Hart wasn't on his game, but I mean, there wasn't much he could really do. I mean, the defense in front of him was horrible. Yeah. I'll say it again, like I said yesterday, Justin Braun, what are you doing? Eric Gustafsson, he's had a very poor fall from grace. He was like, oh, yeah, he's our new favorite guy. And last night, I have not seen that bad of defense in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I hyped him up so much. And then I was like, oh, no. Everyone was like, take him out. His streak is done. Like, get Shane, like, ready. Like, this is Shane's time to shine. And I'm like, listen, people, it's one game. And I feel like we can't win all 56 games. Like, we have to
but you don't want to look that bad.
I understand that. And I think they all knew. AV was pissed. And like he flat out said it was. And he flat out said it was embarrassing. I think all the players know that they can perform a lot better. And
yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, there's really nothing good to come out of last night's game. Even like I said, the goal that Knack scored at the end there, I was pure luck. I mean, that line, I would say probably played the best out of every line that we had last night, but it's still just it was ugly.
Yeah, for sure. So it should be interesting what happens tonight. I mean, Elliott is getting the start, but we kind of figured that was going to happen. Give Carter the day off, starting 3 games in a row. The other Carter is back in net as of now. He had a really good game. And I was kind of surprised.
He wasn't tested much, and that's why I think he's back in the game tonight. And also because I don't think Ullmark is back yet. I think he's still sitting out.
Yeah. But there was talks of possibly Jonas playing, but they said he wasn't really practicing. Could be making that up, but
just throwing out random assumptions.
I'm not a Sabres fan, but we do know it's going to be Elliott versus Carter, so we'll see how that turns out.
It'll be I like that we're back to back, because what better way to get the bad taste out of last night's game out of your mouth to come right back tonight and just beat up on the Sabres team. That's what they need to do. That's what I want to see. I'm pretty confident this team's going to bounce back in a big way tonight. They last year, if coming off a loss, they were pretty good.
Pretty good at bouncing right back.
Yeah, I think AV is going to have the boys ready to go. Honestly, we got to get more shots on net. That's been the huge thing. And even in the 2 games we won, I mean, the Penguins were out shooting us, and you can't win games that way.
Yeah.
Our defense isn't good enough to do that. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I totally agree with that. Even in the first period, I feel like it was kind of slow. Like, I feel like their legs weren't really moving. And it just, I don't understand where, like, the velocity with playing the Penguins, like, is it because they're, like, such a big rival that, like, they're more amped up, and that, like, Buffalo, like, we don't really, like, verse them that much, but they're in our division this year. And I kind of feel like they kind of were like, oh, they're like, whatever. It's like they don't really have their starting goalie. Like, we'll see we got this in the bag type situation. And I feel like they kind of got like a little cocky. And I think
they definitely might have.
And I think sometimes you need to be. And sometimes this is a lesson, and you know where you need to start playing the game, at what speed, the plays, everything. I think they were really lacking last night.
Yeah, like I said, not much good last night. I said earlier on our pregame show last night, I was really worried only about Buffalo's top line. They were the one line that scared me. And sure enough, Sam Reinhart being on that line, they tore us apart. That top line just destroyed us last night. And I think a big part of that is not having Sean Couturier in the lineup to go up against their top guys. So that stinks, but you have to be able to adjust. I really do think they bounce back tonight. They need to come out. The turnovers last night, my God, turnovers last night were brutal. It was probably some of the worst play in our own zone I think I've seen in a very long time. And again, that's where a guy like Matt Niskanen comes in, where you miss him a lot because he was able to settle things down back. Yeah. We don't have that right now. We don't have a guy back there that can be like, all right, everyone just relax. Let's get the puck out of our end and let's settle things down. We don't have that right now. Someone needs to step up and fill his role. It doesn't look like it's going to be Justin Braun or Eric Gustafsson. I would like to see Provorov step up a little bit and take on that responsibility and kind of get the spark going from the back end. Yeah, I mean, they just need to do everything different than what they did last night.
Yeah. So my next question is, so the penalty on Carter Hart, do you think that got him in his head that from there on?
I don't think that got into his head. I mean,
did you think that call was fair?
No. You can't call a goalie for a trip. He's on top of the blue paint. He's trying to make the save.
Yeah.
You can't make that call. Now, do I think if that penalty doesn't get called, the game's a little bit different? Maybe, but not too much because of how bad they played. I mean, there was no saving that team last night. They just looked completely lost. Like I said, couldn't get the puck out of their own end, and it was brutal. But Carter gets the well-deserved rest tonight. Like I said, last night was not on him by any means. The team in front of him was just bad. But tonight, Brian Elliott getting the start. Played pretty well last night when he came in relief. Also got some good stats here from Jordan Hall at NBC Sports. He tweeted out earlier, Brian Elliott is 13-2-2 with a 1.89 goals against average and a .937 save percentage in 18 career games against the Buffalo Sabres. He has not beaten any other team more than Buffalo. So that's a good sign coming into the night.
I like hearing that. And I feel like Elliott has such a different demeanor this season, towards the end of last season and the beginning of this season. I just feel like I don't know if he's comfortable in his role as being the backup to Carter Hart. And I think he knows when he gets put in, it's his job, and he knows this is what I need to do. I need to get this done. And I kind of like that about him right now. Granted, we all know my love for Alex Lyon, but I'm really telling you, something about Elliott this year, I feel like it's going to be a good season for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been solid for us since he's been here. I like him coming back. He's been a good mentor to Carter Hart, and I think he's going to continue to do that. He thrives in the role that he's in right now.
Yeah.
We can rely on him to come in and win games when need be. If he goes on a little stretch run, we can rely on him to do that. So I like what he brings to the table. I think we are set up for this type of season where you're going to have a lot of back-to-backs. You're going to have stretches here where you play a lot of games in a couple of days. So having a guy like Elliott is going to be big for us, I think. So hopefully tonight he lives up to the expectations and continues to dominate the Sabres the way he has been. That'll be good. But yeah, other than that, last night, like I said, not too much positive things to talk about. What did you think of Morgan Frost's game last night?
I think he came to play. I think the beginning, like the first period, he definitely had a couple shots on goal that I was like, oh my God, tell me this kid is actually going to score. And Keith will probably lose his mind since he said since you put money on him. I liked him towards the beginning. I kind of felt like all of them, no matter what, I feel like all of them kind of were dimming out second period. But I like that line with Lindbaum and Konecny. I think that is a line not to mess with. But I think, once again, it comes down to defense. I did see that in pregame skate that the lines were still the same. There was no change to any of the lines. So it should be interesting because I know AV said there's going to be subtle things that are going to be different throughout the game. So I'm going to be interested to see what is happening with these subtle things that he's going to be doing. But I mean, the lines are still the same. I feel like if anything, he should have probably done some different pairings for defense, but I guess we'll see.
I think you're going to see happen is you're going to see AV give the guys a chance to redeem themselves. And if it looks similar to last night's game early on, then you're going to start seeing some changes pretty quickly. I know last night he switched up the lines a little bit. I think he moved Konecny with Drew and Hayes. I think he was with them too for a little bit. So like I said, I think he's going to let the guys try and get into the game here. Start off, hey, listen, go out, play better than you did last night. We'll keep everything the same. If things start going south right away, you're going to see him change things up pretty quickly. I would say probably midway through the first period even. If it's that bad, because last night, like I said, it was early when the turnovers were happening. Going back to Morgan Frost, though, I like what I saw from him last night. I think it's just the number. Him being 48, it really does kind of remind me of Danny Briere. He's just that short, quick guy. He's got great vision. It seems. Some of the passes he made were incredible last night.
And he's fast too. He's tiny. He moves I totally agree with that. Yeah.
If he can develop that behind the net type game that Danny Briere had, I mean, I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah.
He was also doing a great job on the faceoffs, which was probably his biggest weakness last year. He did pretty well last night in the opportunities that he had. So I'm interested to see what he can do tonight. Obviously looking ahead to when Couturier is back in the lineup, you got to wonder where Frost fits in then, taking his spot right now. So, I mean, he's going to have to play extremely well to solidify himself in the lineup for when Coots comes back, because Flyers are so deep at center right now. It's going to be tough for him to crack the lineup with everyone healthy. So we'll see what happens, see how these next few games go, these next couple weeks. Obviously, would love to have him staying in the lineup, but can't always get what you want unless a trade's made, and plus at this point, it's still so early. You don't really know who would come out of the lineup for him.
Right.
Because you're not going to take Couturier out, obviously. You're not going to take Hayes. You're not going to take Patrick. If you get down to that fourth line center with Lawton, you're not going to take Lawton out to play Frost there on the fourth line. It just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So then you're going to talk about moving cross to the wing? Which do you want to do that this early in his career? And then again, who do you take out for him there? Because again, I don't want to see him on a line with Lawton and Raffle or Lawton and Knack. Like I want to see him with the best players on our team because I think that's where he'll thrive. You put him down on the third, fourth line role, I don't think you're going to see the production out of him that we kind of expect to see.
Yeah, I
As
totally.
For Buffalo, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I totally agree with you, like with what you're saying.
As for Buffalo, I don't think they're making really any changes tonight, as they shouldn't. When you put up that many goals and you play pretty well as a team last night, like they did, not many changes to make. Carter Hutton again in net, I do believe, and I can't say I blame them because he wasn't really tested at all last night. Not much went his way. Flyers struggled to really get any chances on him. So when you have a light workload, why not go back to back? And I think they have a couple. They might have. I think they're probably thinking that what's his name is back for their next game, to where they'll be able to give him a little bit of a rest. So we'll see what happens there. The top line still scares me. I'm nervous about them again because, like I said last night, they just absolutely destroyed us. It was brutal to watch. Every time they were on the ice, it was like they had a power play.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall, Jack Eichel were just skating circles around everybody, and not what you want to see as a Flyer fan, that's for sure. And the forwards looked lost trying to cover them. The defense didn't look like they knew what they were doing, and yeah, it was just a dominant performance by the Sabres top line. So I don't want to see that again. I really.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like background noise like it was for me last night, because it just came to a point where I was just like, come on. Like, part of me wanted them to like rally, and then I'm like, there is no hope. Our predictions, I was like, oh wow, I kind of had our predictions backwards for the other team. I was like, we were way off. So it's kind of like hard to see. So what are your predictions for tonight?
My overconfidence got the best of me yesterday.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
My overconfidence in Carter Hart got the best of me yesterday, where I predicted a 27 save shutout, and that obviously did not happen. My bad, hand up. That one's on me. Won't happen again. But that being said, I'm extremely confident that this team will have a very big bounce back game tonight. I think they win by at least 2 goals. I'm confident the offense will start shooting some more, and I think the boys will be rolling pretty early. That's my gut feeling right now.
That's your gut feeling.
Just based off of seeing what they did last year, coming off a loss. Like I said, I'm pretty confident they bounce back tonight. I know CEO Joe is confident. If you don't follow Branded Sports on Twitter, make sure you follow Branded Sports on Twitter. They are having a giveaway tonight where if you comment on the tweet, predict the score correctly, giving away some Flyers merch, a couple shirts from Design Tee. So go check out that on Twitter at @branded_sports.
Are we allowed
Make
in
sure
on
you go
this?
check that out. I don't know, because I commented. So if I win, I want a shirt.
I'm about to comment.
Yeah, because if I get it right, I'm gonna be in.
We're coming at you, Joe.
So, but what about you? What kind of predictions you got for tonight?
I feel like it's going to be close. I feel like it's going to be a game that it's going to go like back and forth. So I think it's going to be 4-3. I'm going to say Flyers win. But I think it's going to be like a game, kind of like the first game, like towards the beginning of the very first game, where it was just going back and forth. I feel like that's how tonight's going to go. So I'm hoping I'm right. Fingers crossed. Flyers pull out a win. Yeah, my predictions. 4-3.
All right, so let's go to our poll.
Okay.
We again put out who would score the first goal. Gave you 3 more choices, and then of course the other. We had coming in leading the way of who scores first tonight. We had Jake Voracek with 30% of the votes, Nolan Patrick with 25% of the votes, Michael Raffle with 20%, and other with 25%, with Joel Farabee leading the way in the other goal scoring category ones. So interested to see, Kelsey, who you got scoring tonight for us? First goal.
I'm feeling Kevin Hayes.
Ooh, okay.
I'm feeling hazy tonight.
The best one, Kevin Hayes. So let's take a look. We're going to use a sportsbook app. We don't do any free ads here, so I will not say what sportsbook app we are going on. But let's take a look at the odds of who will score the first goal. So let's see. You had Kevin Hayes at plus 1,600. So pretty solid odds there for Hazy.
Wow.
I like that pick. I do like that pick. I'm going to go. I might double down. I'm going Morgan Frost.
Oh,
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go Morgan Frost, first goal scorer. Get that plus 2,200. $5 bet wins you $115. So pretty big win there.
That is something.
Other than that, let's take a look at some of the other betting odds on what's going on tonight for this game. Over under set at 6 right now. Sabres are the underdogs at plus 118. Flyers are the favorite at minus 136 and minus 1.5 on the puck line. Which, if you are like me and you really trust this Flyers team to bounce back, like I do, I think I'm going to hammer that Flyers puck line minus 1.5 because, like I said, I do think they win by at least 2 goals. I think El Capitan Clogeroux will have the boys riled up and ready to go tonight. He was going to be my second choice for first goal scorer before I decided, you know what? No, I liked what I saw out of Morgan Frost last night, and I'm confident that he's going to get on the board tonight. Will this backfire like my Carter Hart shutout prediction like last night? Probably, because that's just the type of luck that I have. But yeah, before we get out of here, looking ahead a little bit, like to give you a little preview of what's to come after this. We've got Flyers versus Bruins, 2 games coming up this weekend. Well, Thursday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I, of course, will have your game day preview, which you can check out all the game day previews. We're doing them all year long. Doesn't matter if we're getting back-to-back games, whatever. We are doing game day previews all season long for every game. You can check those out on thebrandedsports.com. You can find Kelsey writing about the Phantoms on there. They made some new signings, including a relative of Kevin Hayes, little cousin action, which is nice. So
yeah, and a local to Bucks County too. So it's kind of exciting to see who they're signing, what they're doing, who is coming back from the KHL, who is out recovering on injuries, getting surgeries, all of that fun stuff. They're one of my favorites. Breaks my heart, so we'll keep it on the DL. But so I will be covering Phantoms.
Yes, Kelsey will have the full Phantoms coverage. They start, I think, the middle of February. It is right, yep. Right around then. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, if you want some great Flyers and Phantoms coverage, you can keep it here with us at Ginger Thread. Make sure you're following us at Ginger_Thread on Twitter and at Ginger__Thread on Instagram. Yeah, I had to throw two underscores onto Instagram because of, believe it or not, somebody already had the Ginger_Thread. I was shocked. I was very confused when I saw that. And then obviously you can follow us. Our handles are down below at Keith_Walsh18, at What Kels is New. And yeah, we are about to get ready to enjoy the game. Flyers, Flyers Sabres. Look at that. I'm already looking ahead to Thursday's game.
Flyers Sabres.
Hello, not JD. How are you? So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Make sure, like you said, you're following us. You're following Branded Sports because we have you covered for everything from the Flyers to the Phantoms to the rest of the NHL, which we can touch on that real quick before we leave. We did have a cancellation of a game tonight. Yes, we did get beat hard yesterday. It was an ugly game. But yeah, so the NHL had not their first postponement because the Dallas Stars had their outbreak earlier last week. But the Carolina Hurricanes and the Nashville Predators game tonight was postponed due to some COVID issues within the Hurricanes organization. Hopefully nothing too serious. Hopefully we're only going to get one postponement. Wow. Struggling to talk today of a game for the Hurricanes. We'll see how the rest of that situation plays out. And then another little note. So the NHL had gone with the tracking pucks to start the season. I don't know if you had heard about that, where they were using a new puck that's supposed to track like player movement, all this good analytic stuff that, listen, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not an analytic guy. I don't care about analytics. Never been about it. I get numbers are important, but not me, not my thing. But they are officially starting tonight with all of tonight's games, switching back to the regular puck. So they had some complaints about the tracking puck. I mean, I didn't really notice anything. I don't think it's something that we'll notice, obviously, watching from home, but I could imagine maybe some of the players, feeling it on their sticks, some of the bounces that it's taking, whatever it may be. Obviously, that was creating some sort of issues for some guys. And the NHL decided, you know what, hey, we're going to go back to the regular puck to avoid any confusion, any controversy, anything like that. So
right. Yeah. And I also do want to give a shout out to the hot chocolate bomb mom. Look how cute this cocoa bomb is. It's a gritty.
A gritty hot cocoa bomb.
So I'm going to be putting on the Ginger Thread Instagram of my intermission fun with my gritty cocoa bomb. I'm so excited. But yeah, let's go Flyers.
Let's go Flyers. And we got one last question before we get out of here. Not JD. What do we think the final score will be? Kels, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking 4-3 Flyers. And what are you thinking?
And I've got it 4-1. Like I said, I think the Flyers win by a couple goals tonight. I'm pretty confident in that pick. Hopefully, it's better than my pick from last night. If it's not, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But we will be live tweeting during the game. So make sure you're following us on Twitter. Chime in, follow, tweet, reply, whatever. Just get involved with us. We love interacting with you guys. So thank you all for joining us. We will see you on Thursday for a pregame Flyers Bruins. And also we have a new episode of Ginger Thread coming out on Thursday as well. So stay tuned for that. Once again, make sure you follow us at ginger_thread and thebrandedsports.com at Brandon_sports at Keith_Walsh18 at What Kels is New. Let's go Flyers. Anytime, anywhere. Big win coming up tonight.